My name is Joe Zazzo. I grew up on Long Island, a pretty normal kid. I always wanted to act for Woody Allen or Robert Altman, but something didn't quite go as planned. I've played devils, werewolves, vampires, zombies, and even a mad scientist or two. Oh, and I like to cook. Welcome to Cafe Himbo. I'm Joe Zazzo, Horror Himbo. Today we have a really interesting guest because she's been in one of my favorite movies of all time. It's a cult classic called The Apple, and one of the nicest things is getting a gift from someone who is the star of this movie. On my 40th birthday recently, at Lincoln Center, she along with 250 other people sang happy birthday to me while watching this movie. So that was the best birthday ever, and she's probably the best fun actress ever. So in any case, she is here today. Her name is Catherine Mary Stewart, and if we can find her, maybe she could join us. Catherine!
Hello!
Kathy, join us!
It's scary down there.
How are you?
I'm scared. I'm
Welcome,
good.
how are you? Welcome. Yeah, having a little wake-up cocktail.
Absolutely. What time is it? Is it cocktail hour yet? Where am I? What the heck?
You are in the home
I
of
come
Brian
up
Norton.
from the pit of nowhere and end up here?
It's a museum, isn't
Oh,
it?
yes, it
It's
is
like-
a museum.
I'm sure a few of your movie posters are probably somewhere around here.
Who lives here?
I know,
He's
right?
got to be very odd.
Well, he likes horror movies. Who doesn't? But
I mean, who doesn't,
he
right?
eats, sleeps, and breathes them.
Cheers to that.
Yeah.
To like
I
the
have to
apple,
get some of
right?
that. You haven't started cooking yet, and you're already... Well,
Right. So what are we doing?
What are we doing? Well, first let's talk about you.
Oh.
Who is Kathy, really?
Yes, I'm very intense and complex, you
I
know.
know, we know you're an actress. We know
An actress.
soap star.
Yes, yes.
Mom,
Oh,
everything.
God.
You know.
Oh, my Lord.
Do you
Yes.
paint? Do you...
No, I don't paint.
do you-
That's one thing I
Poetry?
don't. The only I do poetry sometimes.
Really? Prose. You sit
Oh,
there in the park
yes.
and-
In fact, I was on as I was crying about my daughter graduating today on my power walk.
You have a daughter who's
we were
old enough to
talking-
graduate from where? Kindergarten?
Yes.
No.
Did that even hurt you?
No.
See?
No, I hurt myself.
Anyway, so I have this daughter, but we don't need to talk about her.
She's 4. Teens.
So she's graduating from high school, and I'm all sad and stuff like that. And I was thinking, I've got to write my daughter a poem to express exactly how I feel about her. She'll like totally be disgusted and throw up when she sees it, but maybe in like 40 years she'll
Oh,
go,
God, Mom.
Mom actually did that right. Anyway, yeah. So so I'm a mom and
Yes.
I'm an actress, and I started out on Days of Our Lives. I did like 2 years of Days of Our Lives, and then
What was
I
your
did
character name?
Kayla Brady.
Kayla.
And actually, there's a whole generation of Kaylas because I was so impressive on that show. But no, I mean, I used to get all these letters from people saying, I love the name Kayla so much, and it was an unusual name at the time. Nobody had ever heard of it. And I'm going to name my daughter Kayla. And I swear to God, that was like 25 years ago. There's all these 25-year-old Kaylas running around.
My niece is one of them, 25-year-old Kayla, because of you.
Brian's niece is Kayla.
See what an influence I've had on our society and culture.
Did you have big hair for that role too, like in the comic?
Cha, a huge hair. It was the 80s for me. It was the best. I loved the 80s. It was fun, and then all the crazy makeup and stuff. So Days of Our Lives, and then I did, while I was shooting Days of Our Lives, I was cast in The Last Starfighter.
Alex Rogan
Alex?
I'm Max.
is the last starfighter.
You love that one.
And so I was doing Days of Our Lives and Last Starfighter at the same time. And then they let me go from Days of Our Lives.
Why? Can you share with us?
No. Well, what happened was I went to the bathroom and never came out.
I'm sure.
So then Night of the Comet. Yeah! And then a movie called Mischief, and I did a thing called Weekend at Bernie's, a little thing called Weekend at Bernie's. And and I just finished a movie called Ghoul. Speaking of horror movies and things, because apparently the person who lives here likes that kind of junk.
But you haven't mentioned my favorite of all your movies,
Oh,
which
the
I think wasn't that your
apple?
first? Where's your
That
bin
was-
mark? Where is that
I
bin mark?
know, I don't have it on.
Bim.
I should have worn it.
Whoa, praise the apple! Whoa, yeah, 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 yeah. Take a bite!
Did you learn about speed? By any chance?
I actually did learn a little about speed.
Speed from New York out to LA. Everybody does it her way. Pumping power by the hour. Speed, I can feel you start breaking when America starts shaking. Pumping power by the hour. Speed, speed. I need speed. Gotta have speed. Speed. Ah!
Can you
From New York out to LA. Everybody's out there. Whatever I
No,
do.
that's a serenade. You know, I think we worked on a movie together. We just weren't in the same shot together, but it was a good movie, wasn't it?
I watched you. I watched you
Yes.
shoot your
You
thing.
were the
We were on
star.
the same day.
And I did
Yeah,
a little
Perry
cameo,
Street.
a little
That's
twirl.
right. Didn't
Was
we
it
come-
called Perry Street? It's very good,
Perry
folks. It's fun.
Street. Yes, it was.
It's a little
And-
light comedy. It's very fun. And you are a psychotherapist.
Yes, I was like, what's my
Did you wear
name?
glasses?
I did not wear glasses.
Good, because
I
that's
know.
cliche.
It is cliche, and this was hardly a cliche.
You wear nice
movie,
suits and
that's
sit in
for
the
sure.
chair and write things.
It's a nice story to tell. So what should we make?
Well, it was your idea. I called you
Oh, yeah,
and
right.
asked you what you wanted to make, and you wanted to come up with something Greek. And I'm thinking you're Greek, and you said no. I just love the flavors.
I like the flavors. Well, actually, my motivation was I was just trying to figure out something that I had created myself.
Okay.
And I happen to like this particular Greek thing. I like lamb, and it's more Mediterranean. I wouldn't say it's Greek per se. It's more like a Mediterranean, kind of a combo of flavors. So there's like curry involved, there's rosemary, there's, what is this? This isn't
parsley.
Is this parsley?
I think
There's parsley.
It says parsley.
Oh, good. There's parsley and
lied.
I thought it might be cilantro. We don't have cilantro. Okay.
Well, you said parsley or cilantro.
Oh, did I? Okay.
You
Okay.
know, one was
Perfect.
good. I should have picked this. I should
This
have gone
is
with the cilantro.
perfect.
Go with your first
We got
choice.
some. Garlic. Wasn't there any garlic in this?
There is. There, see, seek and you shall find. Make a wish.
Wow.
Okay, so we have our garlic.
Okay.
Let's go in linear order. First. Okay. What's the first thing we do? What's important?
Okay. So first of all, we have to marinate the lamb. We got to get that going first.
Lamb chunks. Where did the lamb chunks come from? I know it's a lamb. I'm a lamb novice, understand, but now I discovered.
The butcher.
What
they-
part of the lamb?
Okay, the leg of lamb, I guess, because basically you just say I want them for shish kebabs, and they'll cut you. I guess it's from the leg of the lamb, though, right? Okay, so you get those cut in like inch and a half, 2-inch chunks, and you marinate them in some olive oil, some double the olive oil to like lemon juice, like a full lemon. Chop up some rosemary in there. Chop up some like a clove or two of garlic, depending on how much you like. And then some salt and pepper.
There.
And you mix that all together, throw the lamb in there, and marinate it in the fridge for at least 2 hours. Okay, so what do we do now?
Okay.
So we're marinating
All right, so
the lamb.
our lamb is marinating. Now, what's the second
the
step?
second thing that we do is we prepare the orzo, I think.
So the orzo.
We prepare the orzo. So we have to get the water boiling and put in probably the half a box of this. And that's how many ounces is this? This is a pound. So put like half a pound of orzo in some boiling water with salt. And as it's boiling, it takes about 7 or 8 minutes to boil. You chop up some red pepper, some parsley. You could do the green pepper too, tomato, and
The red onion on
the
the
red
floor.
onion. The red onion. But it's very important that it's bruised, that it has to fall on the floor like 7 or 8 times. Then the red
It's
onion.
gonna fall again, I
you
know,
chop
but
it
let's
up,
just say goodbye.
sort of. Damn it. Thank you. No, I'll just roll through. Okay, so yeah, chop it up fairly fine. You know, well, chunks about that size. Chop all this stuff up, mix it all up, and you can chop up some parsley into there too.
Or cilantro, which I've been.
Or cilantro.
Go with
as
your
well.
first choice. That's the rule of the day.
Yeah. So yeah, chop that all up. And so when the orzo is finished cooking, it's still quite, and you drain it, it's still quite hot. Mix all this in there with it, with some olive oil and salt and pepper, and it'll cook it just enough, and then cover it and keep it warm. And then, yes, we can make the sauce. We'll make the sauce there. So just something I threw in there. This is sort of, it's kind of my creation. It's kind of a combination of a bunch of things that I've done in the past. It's a dipping sauce for the lamb. The base is yogurt. I think about a cup of yogurt, a tablespoon of curry powder, some salt and pepper. God, I forget what else was in there. Garlic. Some honey. Some salt and pepper, some garlic, and I think like cilantro or parsley in that too, chopped up fine. And you mix that all together, and it makes this delicious, creamy kind of curry sort of flavored yogurt, obviously, for the meat. Now, the meat has been marinating for a couple of hours. Take it out of the marinade, drain it, throw it in a fry pan with a little olive oil, and you cook it like about 4 or 5 minutes, just so it's nice and brown in a pretty high heat, flipping it around for about 4 or 5 minutes, so it's still kind of a little, medium rare in the center. With this size, I would say that's about the right timing. It's done. Throw it on a plate, put the orzo next to it, get out the dipping sauce, and there you have your meal.
There's your Mediterranean Greek.
No.
Mediterranean lamb dish with
Kathy's Mediterranean lamb.
with orzo.
With orzo.
And curry yogurt dipping sauce.
Yes.
So you need a short name for it. Kathy's surprise.
Kathy's surprise. That would be good. That sounds appetizing.
Well, we're going to find out how that goes. 'Cause I'm going to attempt this. It only
Okay.
takes about 15 minutes
Yeah,
or so.
totally.
So how about you
Totally.
have another glass of wine? Maybe you shouldn't or should. Yes. Have another glass of wine.
Are you kidding? At this point in my life, I can have many glasses
What
of
about
wine.
the frozen margaritas? That'll be next.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, about both. Okay.
I can
So
I'll mix.
you entertain yourself. I am going to prepare.
Okay, excellent.
Be right back.
I entertain myself.
That's good. Pretty the colors are right. The flavors.
That's
you know?
good, right?
Is it restaurant quality? I think maybe we have to try it though. We need a fork. Anybody got a fork? No. No.
Cheers.
Anyway, thank you so much for coming here today.
My
Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss.
pleasure.
Mwah.
Mwah.
Let's have a
That's
drink
always-
now. Margaritas are ready. Thank you, folks. Until the next time, keep cooking.
Woohoo!
For the complete recipes and directions, please visit the official Cafe Himbo website. Buy my DVDs. For more information, please visit the Cafe Himbo site.